Yes, yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Normally for the Manchester United Liverpool podcast Barbados edition, but this edition is a special edition, and it is the Manchester United podcast Barbados edition. Barnes and Pops are here, and we will be discussing Manchester United's defeat in the Europa League first and foremost, and secondly, as well, as you can see from the title, Bruno Fernandes and Garnacho both state they are open to leaving following the Europa League final defeat as well, which is crazy to me, absolutely crazy. I haven't given my thoughts on this like in depth because this is the first time I've live streamed since the final defeat. Big up to everyone that watched the match reaction as well. Match reaction I had to run twice, people. It's a match reaction that I had to run twice because I recorded it, uploaded it, put it out, no audio, 15 minutes, had to do it again. So, we move. But big up to everyone supporting. First and foremost, make sure you run up the likes, hit the like button on the video. So important you do that. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you share this out across all the socials as well. That's Me Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV. See how that pops up on the screen? At Sarcasm City TV, at That's Me Flawless. And on top of those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell as well. And before I bring in Barnes and Pops, I'm going to say this at the start. I'll say this probably throughout the rest of the week and the weekend as well. Props to Spurs. I'm not a salty loser like that. Same way I saluted Liverpool and bigged them up when they won the Premier League. Big up to Spurs for winning the Europa League. No complaints. They deserved it. I think Barnes and Pops are here. What you lot telling me, man? You man good?
Yeah.
I mean, good, man. You good?
Blessings. Look at these, man.
It's a solemn occasion.
I'm sure you lot got plenty. You lot got plenty to say. So yeah,
man.
The floor is yours.
We here for a funeral,
Yeah.
I hear it. At least I like how you lot came nice and you know what I'm saying, well dressed. Yeah, I do appreciate that. I won and I lost yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So here we are, man. Here we are. It was bittersweet.
Like in your suit there, Pops. You're looking a little dapper. Liverpool tie?
Yeah, we didn't need the Liverpool tie. We didn't need the Liverpool tie, though.
Paying tribute, man. I got to pay tribute. When the team passes, you should wear your colors to pay respect, innit? So,
no, you should wear our colors.
As we pass the casket of PSFC for the last time, you got to pay our respect.
That's joke thing. To Warrior J in the chat asking me, I am in a hotel because I was at the football event. So if the connection goes bad, you don't know why. Should have brought the ring light, but I didn't think I needed it. But here we are, people. You lot can see me well enough and hear me well enough. But Barnes, we'll start with you, man. I know you've got plenty to say, as does Pops as well. So before I'll let you two have your say before I have my say.
This is glorious, Just like Bobby Roode in WWE, man. Glorious. That's what this is. The fact that Spurs go and win a Europa title, going into Champions League next season, and got a Super Cup final to play in. If they win that, they're going to the Club World Cup and could potentially be world champions.
Really?
What a man. Yes, because if they beat the Champions League winners, they go to the Club World Cup. Not the Champions League winners.
Oh yeah, I need that. Yeah, I need that still. Sorry, go on, carry on. I need that. I didn't know that.
And you men get beat by not even a real goal. The thing deflect off the man back around the net near post from Onana. Bruno Fernandes waffle yesterday. His show up was Harry Houdini and David Copperfield had a child together, big man. That's what them was. Disappeared. Nowhere to be found. Mason Mount, nowhere to be found. Rasmus Højlund, the absolute big up sheet, the absolute worst striker I have ever seen in my football life. You could put the size of bars from the top of Liverpool down to Arsenal, Guna Stadium, and the Emirates, and he still can't score a goal.
Very much so.
Ruben Amorim, I thought you were a good manager. But then you end up, you want to make substitutions in the 70th minute. Give me 30 minutes and expect something to happen. Spurs got their goal and defend for their lives. And you know what, Flawless? They wasn't even playing the high line nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And when they said, you know what, y'all expect me to do this, I can flip the script on you know and got one of men in beer trouble. So said, so done. Vicario made some incredible saves. I got to give him his props. He made some good saves. You guys could have scored a couple of goals, but he made some good saves. He did what he had to do.
He did.
But yeah, you man in the mud. You playing once a week. No. Next season, who you gonna sign? I already hear rumblings that Cunha kind of want to change his mind now because he ain't got no football other than England next year. Brother, you in the mud, bro. You ain't even in mud. You in the deepest, darkest parts of the sewer full of dog doo-doo, bro. That's where you are right now.
Yeah, we are. Absolutely.
And as a Liverpool fan, I hear for it. Because you made my life miserable in the 90s and the 2000s. And now I hear for the demise, man. But I can sit back here now and let Dr. Pops say the eulogy about you guys, man. It's time for the eulogy.
Ah, boy, the eulogy. The SFC, Flawless. We had a deal. We took you to the finals, and that was the deal we had. Every week we came on and we convinced you that you would win round after round when there was no reason for it. And I remember it. Bilbao is my final. I smiled to myself.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Well,
Yes, this is it.
Bilbao was the one.
Come on, Ange. Come on, Ange. The fully confident. Come on, Ange. Ange with the biggest mic drop moment of the century, man. But hold that, man. You laugh at me when I say we insane in my second season. And now look at this. Look. Big men and big women crying, man. I don't know if you pop that. I'm sorry, boy. Hashtag 20. When I said run me my trophy, right? I didn't realize it was going to be like this. I did not realize that the march to my trophy lift was going to be so impressive. Ay. Spurs, man. I big up all my Spurs fans out there too, because I know some good Spurs people out there. Big them all up, man. Big them up, man. Be in the game long and taking a lost stick. But to be honest, as a football match, that was one of the worst I've ever seen in my life.
Agreed.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
The quality on display was abysmal. But Barnes, it could get better for us. Come Sunday, if Villa beat United and Spurs could get a point, United finish last. Because we ain't counting the 3 teams from the championship. We ain't counting them. Last. I remember we had a discussion about being the biggest or the best. We on the top with 20 and them on the bottom with less than 40 points. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day.
And if it's a loss, Pops, if it's a loss, it's 20 losses too.
No, not 20.
19.
I think they give me 18. Either 18 or 19. But we'll see that on Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday. So there's more of this, bars. There's more of this for us to drink in as we lift number 20.
We got a show on Sunday, haven't we?
Yeah. That's just a couple of days away, bro. Just a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm
away.
fully aware the difference
Yeah, man.
between Thursday and Sunday. Thank you.
Yeah,
for
man.
letting me
Just
know.
a few
Thank
days.
you. Yes.
Just enough time for you to recover. Maybe watch
Nah,
the game. I don't know. I mean,
You ready to go? I don't think I'm gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the show. You know what I'm saying?
I will be here. We'll be here.
I got back again. I got the United Arsenal show. I got the Yardman show, and I'm missing something. There's one more I'm missing. I might not make it.
We'll be here on Monday. That's fine. We'll be here on Monday
I might not make it.
or Tuesday
Sunday
or Wednesday
Sunday, we'll
or Thursday again.
Sunday, I'll be here. Yeah, Sunday we'll run it. We'll get back to the regular schedule.
It'll be 19 losses. It'll be 19 losses to lose to Villa. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 90. Yeah, 19. Shit, at least we only got one more game. Fuck,
Listen, you know what's funny though? Everybody was talking about Spurs being Spursy. United went undefeated and went to the final and turned into the Spurs.
The Invincibles.
We was the Invincibles.
The Spurs beat the Invincibles 4 times in one season.
Fuck,
4 times in one season. You know what's funny? We actually said, what are the odds of a team playing another team 4 times and they win it all? Had me there saying, all right, Spurs, boy, look, this one looking dodgy, but just give me a little something. And Johnson again, ole, ole. That's what Connor's singing, boy. Johnson again, ole, ole. Connor, big up yourself, Connor, man. Big up yourself, Connor.
Well, look at this guy.
Yeah, boy. 4 times.
Big up Destroyer too.
Big up Destroyer.
Flawless.
Nah,
You are
I'm going to the
0-4 against the Spurs this season, bro. 0-4.
Series sweep. If we in the NBA, we got brooms out.
The man got the brooms out, sweeping one off the pitch.
We got swept by Spurs, Fuck, got swept by Spurs.
That's these Spurs that lost 21 games, swept you.
Probably deserved as well. That's the craziest part. Can't even say they didn't deserve it.
Barnes, what did Marina say? Man United, get out. Get out.
1 second.
Oh, my days.
I'll go you Dakota. 1 second. Yeah, go on. You lot carry on. You lot carry on.
You want sad music?
Yeah, I've got it. I'm finding it. I'm pulling it up now as we speak. That's why I'm telling you lot carry on. Give me a second. I just gotta find it. It's somewhere in there. Give me 1 second.
You gotta make sure you don't get said that. Don't get copyrighted. Yeah, we want.
You don't get copyrighted with this. You're all right because we ran it before. We played it before. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fears. I was gonna drop saying, but you probably get copyright for that, so I ain't doing it.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
So, Barnes, the man getting swept. I know you got 2 men looking to jump ship. Yeah. 2 men looking to jump ship.
We gonna get to them. Well, I get to them, but you man get your shit.
That much vaunted coach is now saying, "I'll leave without any sort of compensation." I said to myself, "You want compensation? You're the worst. You are the worst in the history of the Premiership, and you got the goal to talk about compensation. You should shut up right now. You should shut up right now. The less you say, I think, the better."
I can be honest. Ten Hag is a better coach than he. That's not that flawless. That don't look good, bruv.
It's not.
Barnes, what looks worse is sending Harry Maguire up front.
Yes.
As your break glass option.
Yes.
Sending Harry Maguire up front as your break glass option. What looks worse is when Spurs said we're going to attack with 1 player, you still maintaining your stance that you need 3 at the back and maintain the same formation.
Flawless,
Amarim
you
backed
got.
himself, but he
He
backed
did.
himself into a corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brother, he went into the hole and got stuck, bro. He can't get out. He done. Finished.
Yeah, cooked. 100%. Been saying this for the past couple of weeks. As much vim as I have for the manager continuing to play players. Sorry, this is actually making me sad. It's actually making me sad. You turn that off before I start tearing up. As much vim and as much criticism as I give the manager for continuing to play players who are out of form, I gotta give that same vim to the people in charge. When Amarim is like the players who are not good enough, he's not good enough out of his depth, and yet they're going to stick with him. Why? Stick with these players. Why? Why is it even an option? That's where I'm at with it. Will some of the players leave? Absolutely, probably not enough. But yeah.
How the mighty have fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Pops, give you a tissue.
Oh, sorry, I was on another screen. Appreciate it. You see anything white with the screen, we need to throw that in like it's the towel. That's why I threw I threw the tissue at the camera during my match reaction. I was like throwing the white towel. That's what they need to do with this manager, but they won't.
It's a safe space, Flawless. We got you. Or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And you got 2 players that already jump out the boat, B. They may help sink the ship and says, hasta la vista, boys. Be gone.
That's the only platinum lining. That's the only, as much as I was mad at the message, it's the only thing I've genuinely been happy about in the last 24 hours.
That's a blessing in disguise, actually.
Yeah, more than a blessing even in disguise. It's a whole blessing. It's a whole blessing. It's not even in disguise. I was mad about the way it was done because it's not even been 24 hours at that point. People have not, United fans have not even made it back from Bilbao, and you're making these statements. Disrespectful to them. People who are still traveling on their way back, seeing that. People in airports or on coaches or in cars or whatever the case may be from all across the globe, and you have the cheek to say that. Didn't even give it 24 hours to dust to sell. Could have said it after the Villa game. But again, lack of self-awareness. Just disregard, and it's just disrespectful to all the fans and the football club. I can't even say disrespectful to the football club because they allowed themselves to be disrespected by that. I appreciated Warrior J dropping the comments. So yeah, definitely a blessing, 100%. And I have one who backed all these players, those 2 in particular, Bruno, now look foolish. Now you look like an idiot.
He's your captain.
Yeah, and that's their captain. I don't know that guy. That's their captain. They're like that family member that you don't like. They're like, there's your cousin. No, that's your cousin. We just happen to be of the same blood or share the same surname. That's where it is. Because when the news broke, normally I'd be asleep, but I was on the coach on the way down there. And I seen the news, and that's why I was tweeting. I don't even normally tweet like about football like regular, but I put out a few tweets. And I went and Googled what Bruno had said when he signed his new deal, and it's completely different. And one final defeat, and now you got all right, okay. All right.
Big up, Bodie.
Oh, big up Bodie every single time, man.
We got room for you at the cup, you know.
Never. It's like when Lewis says at the Chelsea, United through and through. Forget that. Forget all that.
So you're gonna go through this with the suffering next year because you know next season can be a suffer.
100%. I'll see what will be interesting to see what brings. If these players goes, that's already a win. Them 2 leave, that's already a win. Whatever happens
on the
after
Titanic,
that,
you remember they had the guy playing the cello as it was going down. That's
what
I
I think, but maybe I get to, do the Leonardo DiCaprio and draw the girl naked. You know what I'm saying? Remember that? Let me draw the girl naked. That happy man. But big up Bodie every single time. Big up. And that's what it is. Like in regards to their comments, and just again, not only are the comments absolutely terrible, the timing of him is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
And I went from being frustrated about the final to just being disgusted by the comments. And like I said, in particular, the timing. A ship you helped sink. This is a ship you helped sink. It's not like you. I'd understand it more if it was a new player who said that. If a Delit or a Euro said that, you've just got here. And saying Xerxes said that, you've just got here. But it's the people who have been here for the longest, and this ship has been sinking to the point where if we would have won the Europa League, you wouldn't be saying that.
No.
That's the craziest part about it. If we'd won the Europa League, even though the season's been terrible, you would have been all for staying. But because we lost the Europa League, now I'm open to, let me get to the actual comments itself. Here it is. So Bruno said this is you lot's captain. You know what I'm saying? Because notice how, like I said in my match reaction, where all you lot who like to shout about this guy and praise him from Spider-Man rooftops when he's played well. Because like I said again in the match reaction, he's been in good form 2020, pretty much most of 2025, to be honest. His form has took a upturn. But form is temporary, class is permanent. And this man's been here 5 years, 6 years, however long he's been here. He's been here long enough where we have a clear idea of the level he's at. But there's this thing called form and purple patches, people. And we see players go through these things. Ironically, Brennan Johnson, who scored yesterday, had one at the start of the season when he went 7-7. Brennan Johnson is not a 7-7 attacker.
No.
But he went 7-7. You know what that is? That's his purple patch. And Bruno had played well. But people had forgot about what he had done previously, what he had done in seasons prior. And then that performance is just typical of him. Because when you start looking at his numbers in knockout ties in Europe, it gets awfully spooky. People want to crash on Odegaard for not showing up in big games. And rightfully so. Look at Bruno. I was told big game player. Where would you be without him? Captain El Magnifico, Captain Fantastic, best chance creator in Europe. So where was these chances created? Who did he create for yesterday?
Spurs.
Because there was chances. We didn't create for no one. A chance got created for him. We just going to bypass the fact that he missed a free header. He missed the target from 6 yards out.
Shouldn't have headed it either.
Just take a touch. Yeah. Why you diving? Take a touch. Again, lack of self-awareness, like his comments, lack of self-awareness on the pitch and off the pitch. It's a common theme here, people. Because if that's Højlund, we are absolutely butchering him for that. If that's Garnacho, we're actually absolutely butchering him for that. And rightfully so. So where's the chances? We had the Shaw header. He didn't create that. Did he cross that in? Maybe he did. Or maybe I can't remember. The Garnacho shot, which was a decent shot, but you'd expect Vicario to save. But where are these clear-cut chances? And there's other players out there. Like Ahmad was out there. Zexi got on the pitch as well. Maino, what happened with Maino's a joke thing. So where are these people? Like all these people that like to praise this man, where are they? They're in my comment section when he plays well. They're in my comments live when he plays well. They're in my comment section afterwards. There are live streams on other channels, even though I don't have the comments up or listen to them afterwards. So where are you lot now? Silent. We're going to do back again either tomorrow or Saturday. There will not be one super chat talking about how bad Bruno played. We'll let him play well. Multiple super chats about how well he played, how well he has played. Oh, why do you hate on him? You have an agenda and all this. So, all right, what now? And I backed him in this fight. That's the craziest part is I was like, yeah, you can do something here. Forgetting about his poor European record. I was like, yeah, you can do something. They even do that. The volume thing didn't even work. Giving the ball away. Bear in mind, people, he gave the ball away for the goal. Well, people will blame Onana. People will blame Dogu. People will blame Shaw. All of them deserve blame and have to be held accountable. But who gave the ball away foolishly? Which is what I talk about all the time. You're like, oh, why do you dislike Bruno so much? It's nothing to do with him really from a forward perspective. When he's in the final third, I don't really have major issue with him. Take care of the ball when you're in the middle third or defensive third, because you know what can happen, stuff like that. No one won't mention it, though. No one won't mention it. Let Maguire had been in that situation and gave the ball away like that, and we can see the goal. That's all that would be talked about. Let that had been Maguire, for example. Let that had been Luke Shaw, even though Luke Shaw's poor. Let that had been Luke Shaw who did that. Let that had been Xerxes who had done that. Definitely different conversation, but his mistakes are whispered why. And he does this constantly. He did it in the game. It just didn't succeed. It just didn't lead to a goal. or it didn't lead to a chance. So people don't talk about it. I remember these things. Because if you consistently give the ball away at the highest level, guess what? Eventually, the other team is going to take advantage. Don't give the ball away cheap. Give the ball away in the final third. And if you give the ball away doing the right thing, 9 times out of 10, I go, all right, cool. If you cross it and it's over here, I go, all right, it was the right thing to cross, or you shoot and it goes wide. But the stuff he's doing, even the pass that he made for the goal, like, just take care of the ball. Well, he does that and has been doing that his entire time. All that was missing from that was him getting an assist in that game. So let's say Shaw scores or someone scores, Garnacho scores or he passes him the ball. But his performance is the same, people. So add an assist, but his performance is the exact same. People are talking about how magnificent he is. Just because you get a goal or assist in a game does not mean you played well. Stop doing GNA analysis. You can score 2 goals, people, and play poorly. You can get 2 assists and play poorly. You can be an attacker and get 0 goals and 0 assists and be man of the match. It's all about what going on in the game, because the game is 90 minutes plus, not a moment, not a pass, not a shot. Because he was shocking, giving the ball away left, right, and center. But again, whispers. Who spoke about it? Because I went through my comments before when I got back. Not one, I didn't see anybody who, and if you go back and check my previous match reactions, people, oh, you have an agenda with Bruno? Not one of them. I don't see none of them. No one said, hey, you know what? Bruno's poor today. Why? Why does he have this cult-like following that he can't be criticized? How you hold me to a higher standard than you do the Manchester United captain? Because I get told I have an agenda and I'm not.
What's funny, Flawless, though, what's funny is that he's usually poor. Yes. Because if you look at open play goals, he's got what, 3 this season? Most of his goals come from the penalty spot.
Yeah, he's got I think he's got 5 open play goals or something like that. Something like that. I think he's got the same amount or like 1 more than Ahmad, and Ahmad was out for 3 months. And he was playing at wing back on the side.
And this is a consistent thing with him every season. And like you say, GA, that what these Bruno lovers like to see. Oh, he's got GA. The majority of them coming from the penalty spot, and he ain't really offering nothing. How many games this season, last season, for his entire career at Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes has been nowhere to be found. Not playing defense, not covering his players, giving away the ball in crucial situations. This is something new. This is something that's been happening for a while. I've said before, and I'll say it again, he is not good for your squad. He should be gone. He should be gone. He should have been gone from a long time ago. And the fact that he's your captain, bro, that's why your club is in
He's Captain
the situation
Magnifico,
it's in.
Captain Magnifico.
Yeah. You gone from the captains of old to this dude.
Huh?
And prior to him, Harry Maguire. That is your last 2 captains of Manchester United. You come from Roy Keane to these guys. I'm wondering why this club, instead of ascending, has been descending year after year. But yet you were PCFC every year and come up with a trophy. Well, hey,
10 years? You've been this?
PCFC dead. Yesterday, Spurs put the final nail in the coffin. It finished. You got nothing to show for it.
0.
Nothing.
It's fucking 0.
And if you don't get a signing this summer, if you don't get any crucial or proper players coming in this summer, brother, I can say it now. You have to be worried, seriously worried about getting relegated next year. Because you can't expect to come in the Prem next season with this squad and think that you're doing anything.
What is that? I'd say that's what it would take, but I don't even think it takes that. I think these people are just unaware. Big up, Lex. Hey, Lex, you missed the start. You missed the start stream. We just rewind.
Lex,
men in suits.
the men in the suits, bro.
Yeah. So that man are in suits.
Nah, we here at the funeral, Lex. This is the funeral of Manchester United.
Look, see,
Sunshine.
look. I'm saying it looks fresh still. I can't lie. I can't even hate. Look, you see him. Look, I just see. Look, cheese and see man's back teeth. You know what I'm saying? The man's back teeth.
See, I got the fresh tie, the tie nice and crisp. You know, nice double Windsor. I here for it. Brother, you seriously got to worry about relegation next season because you can't play with this same squad next season and expect a different result. Ain't gonna happen. These guys ain't gonna miraculously turn into be world beaters or great players. They are who they are. This team is, these players are who they are. Nothing is going to change with these guys. These men ain't gonna go in a machine and get reprogrammed and come back out and expect and be these world-class players. You've got nothing in terms of quality in that lineup. Your best players is your youngsters right now. That's your best players is the young players. Everybody else is rubbish. Luke Shaw looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy, bro. Got belly with 4 rolls on it. He been at Cinnabon a little bit too much. No wonder he's be injured all the time. He should get some the Cinnabons to Lenny Euro because he need to put on some weight. He way too frickle to expect to do anything in the Prem because he can get bullied. He's got no strength. That kid's he's young, but he need to get some strength. He is nothing. Strength-wise, he can't go up against proper center backs and expect to bully them off of balls or proper strikers. He can get abused and he can have injury problems. He need to get in the gym. Mazzuari is been your best back player the entire season for your team.
He's just standard, just other level.
And the fact that this clown manager, I can put him in the same category as Arteta, continuously playing Harry Maguire tells me where your club is. Why Heaven wasn't playing? Harry Maguire didn't need to play this game. Why you can play Heaven?
Yeah, sure didn't need to fucking play.
Every time I've seen Heaven play this season, he's played well. And he looked good like he's on it. He's hungry. You got to give, and you've said it so many times on this show, give the youngsters run. Because they're hungry. They want it more. These guys here just collecting a paycheck, my man. I'm going home, I'm putting the feet up, eating food at 12 o'clock at night, and not giving a damn about the club. You're right, though. You got to fire all these players, but realistically, is that going to happen? No.
No. And the thing is, it could happen if they wanted to.
Yeah.
If they wanted to do it, they could do it, but they won't do it. And don't worry, I'm starring the best questions as well, so I get to them. But go on, carry on, Barnes.
I'll be Mano, man. That's the man, though.
Kobe Mano. Amorim got an issue with the kid. You bringing on the kid in the 88th or 89th minute yesterday. Are you kidding me?
Why?
You taking a piss?
Yeah, why?
You may as well not bring him on. You just literally disrespected the kid right to his face in a European final.
You did? 100%.
Bro, you in trouble. I here for it, though. You give me too much hard hit, I here for it. I think this can be the regular outfit, no pops.
No, man. They won't see any trouble, man.
Nah, I want him to die like every week.
60.
Same thing.
If he was in trouble, he'd be in 80. He's 60, man. 60 in trouble. He survived. He survived, man.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. Sorry, go on, Pops. Go on.
No. Go.
Now I was just going to add on to that in regards to the Mano thing because I didn't even mention that because it's rare that there's so much to say that I don't even know where to start. Because normally I would just analyze the game and just talk about the defeat, but the comments from Bruno and Garnacho got my head up, Mars. Because I remember all the conversations and arguments in regards, in particular, Bruno, not so much Garnacho, that I've had for years. For him to say that, and then everyone's radio silence. Radio silence. That shit.
What did Saeed have to say? What Saeed say about it? Have you spoken to him?
No, but I know Saeed will be fuming about it. I already know Saeed will be fuming.
I'm interested to see what he got to say.
Yeah, I already know his character. Like, he's probably even back when that broke. He was probably one of the ones that is on the way back as that's broke. And like I said, timing. I have no issue with you saying it. Zero issue with you saying it. Because I want you gone. It's just the disrespect and just disregard. Like I said, the timing of it is disgusting. To say it after the final. Like, that's what it is. Here it is, yeah, here it is. I'll be here until the club say to me it's time to go. If the club thinks it's time to part ways because they want to do some cashing or whatever, it is what it is. And football is sometimes like this. Hear that? Because they want to do some cashing or whatever, it is what it is. Just matter of fact about it. This is you lot's captain, you know. This is you lot's hero. This is the bootleg Captain America they had. That's what this is. For those that are Marvel heads who know what I'm talking about. This is your captain. I'm saying, staying with Marvel, is this your king? My king would never. I'm saying, my king would never. A mess you helped create, that's what makes this shit worse. You're not new here. You're a part of this. Because when we've had successes, you've got your praise. When your form's been better, as I've said this year, this calendar year, yes. And then we lose a final where you not only was at fault for the goal, was one of the worst performers against a piss poor Spurs side who are not a good side overall and didn't even play well. Again, people, did Spurs deserve it? Yes. Don't get that misunderstood. Spurs thoroughly deserved the win, 110%. But they didn't play well in the final and they're not a good outfit. They had one shot on target, which was the goal. And you put in that performance. It's not like any of their midfielders, we say, hey, such and such was incredible today. And you do that in a game where we had 64% possession in the first half. I think it was 70 plus overall in the second half. We knew what the game plan was from the minute it kicked off. And I get to the manager in second, but we're not bypassing this. Because I've only just read this through because I was half waking up. I'm just reading this again. I'm just processing it now, fully awake. It is what it is part. That's the part. It is what it is, you know. That is crazy. You lot have crucified man for less. Less. My bro talks about it all the time. You lot was on Pogba's case for dancing. Dancing. Man want to talk about Jesse Lingard and culture of the football club. You know, Lingard didn't do anything when him and Pogba was in the changing room. And you got your captain saying, if the club want to cash in, yeah, it is what it is. Saying deuces. He wasn't brave enough to say, hey, you know what, sell me now. He's not honest he's not even honest enough to be honest. He's not even honest enough with us to just say it publicly and go, hey, you know what, I don't want to be here. I'd respect him more if he said that. If you just said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, this ain't it. It's a terrible place to be. Well, I want to talk about whatever culture means, because that's a whole other thing anyway at football club. Never understood that. I don't know what culture is. Yeah, this is your king, people. Go back and check his comments, how he was talking when he signed his new deal. One sec. Let me pull these up. Hold on 1 second.
You know, it's another funny thing. I guess Sunshine ain't having no party because you guys ain't getting 40 points.
Yeah, that's on her. We ain't making 40 points because she said that. That's on Sunshine. I blame her fully. I don't even blame the team for that. Love you, Sunshine, but yeah, that's on you. That's definitely on you. That's definitely on. Let's see. What did he say? Hold up. I'm just trying to pull up the comments.
Bigger Aunt Dico. Yes, I saw
Yeah,
it.
here we go. This is it. Everybody knows that this is Bruno when he signed a new deal, people, which was Wednesday, the 14th of August, 2024. So it's not even been a full year yet. Shit, we only in May. So there's nowhere near even being a full year. So everybody knows the passion I have for Manchester United. I understand the responsibility and significance of wearing the shirt and the levels of dedication and desire required to represent this incredible club. I have had so many special moments here already. Heard my name sung from the Stretford end, scoring a hat-trick against Leeds, leading the team out at Old Trafford on European nights and lifting trophies at Wembley. But I wouldn't have signed this contract if I didn't believe my best moments in the United shirt are still to come. From my discussions with the football leadership and manager, it's clear how determined everyone is to fight for trophies in the years ahead. I can see how positive the future is going to be, and I'm relishing leading this team forward. This is what you said, people. That's August 2024. Only in May 2025. Hear the difference. So what happened to, we're going to be successful here. I'm relishing the challenge. I'm looking forward to the future. I've had conversations with the higher ups. Man, I only signed a new deal last year.
10 months ago. Not even 9 months ago.
You know what I'm saying? You lot butchered Sancho for going back and forth with the manager, but will allow this to slide. How dare you disrespect the manager, and all this. On Lingard's case, on Pogba's case, Martial's case. But let this just, the captain, just after we lost, the night, like pretty much the night of, or the morning after. What are we doing here? I didn't even know he didn't have a whole half. Sorry, go on.
You do have a replacement for Garnacho,
Go on.
He out on loan at Chelsea. You could bring him back.
Nah, don't bring Sancho back to this. Don't bring Sancho back to this. I want none of them back. That's another thing. I want none of them loan players back.
You don't want Anthony back neither?
No. I want none of them loan players back. Zero. None of them loan players. You mentioned the youngsters. Yes, cool. The new players who have just come in. Yeah, cool. Other than that, everyone else has got a price. Everyone else.
You have to get rid of Rasmus Højlund, bro. He cannot be in your squad next year.
Nope.
Even if you got to sell him for 20 M's, bro, and take a loss, you better off.
I'd sell him for a packet of Haribos. Like, whatever you've got at this point, just get him gone. That's where I'm at with it.
Funny thing is, everybody knows that one man's junk is another man's treasure. Somebody can pass Old Trafford and pick up them pieces of scrap that you got next to the road that you're ready to throw away. Somebody can pass. So yeah. So like you said, every part got covered, man. You know it.
Because he's been linked with moves away. He has actually been linked with moves away, as is Garnacho, Bruno. They're supposed to be suitors for as well.
Saudi apparently for Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno was Saudi. Please come, take him. Take him.
You get some good money for Saudi for him, though. That's the truth.
I don't want that.
But I want all your players
no bailouts, Barnes. No
staying at United, and I hammer him in next season.
Nah, if all them stay, he will go leave. That don't make sense.
Nah, pops. Because I want to see this. I want to see this continue.
Yeah, but it don't make sense for him. Because he came. This idiot came. Remember when it's now or never was the correct.
Yeah.
And he decided, you know what? I'm good enough to manage these. And after a few weeks, I realized I'm not good enough to manage these. These is just crazy. But
Sporting still win the top. Sporting still win without hammering.
You know what's crazy? My bro Tux pointed this out to me because I didn't know, because I didn't follow Sporting. The guy they brought in to replace Amarim, they sacked because he wasn't performing well, and the next guy won the league. How we take Sporting's manager and then their replacement wasn't good enough, and they sack him and win the league, but we stick with the guy who's not good enough. And they're going to stick with him. That's another thing, because let me get to it. Someone said it earlier, and I forgot to star it, but someone asked about, someone mentioned, I think it was United fan in the chat. Sorry, I forgot, I didn't star it. About keeping him, and then the inevitable is going to happen. The next season's a write-off. When I say a write-off in terms of anything of note, it's like, ideally, you get rid of everybody. But again, we don't live not even in an ideal, in a sense, I say in a sensible world. Sensible world, you get rid of everybody. But will they do that? No, because then it's all eyes on them. And then people start delving into it and looking further at what they've done. I've been talking about Ineos for the longest, but people bypassed it because they were new. Because if the Glazers and Woodward had done exactly what they had done, we would have crucified for them for it. The whole Ten Hag situation that I will continue to revert to, that was a complete mess. absolute shit show. And they kept that man, and we know he wasn't good enough. And they knew he wasn't good enough because they put 2 managers alongside them. I have never seen it. I've been watching football a long time. You two have been watching football a very long time, longer than me. Have you two ever seen? Between us here, we probably got however many years of watching football, or 78 years. And they didn't trust that manager so much that they went and got 2 managers to sit alongside him. Not one. They didn't go get an assistant. Ruud van Nistelrooy was managing in Holland. Rene Hack was managing in Holland. And they said, hey, we don't trust you that much that we're going to go and put 2. How your supervisor got 2 supervisors? And you're supposed to respect him. How your manager got 2 managers? Because they was that piss poor in their attempt at replacing him. And it was just Tuchel and De Zerbi. So your list was 2 people. You know where Ange was on Spurs list? Like 9, 10. Spurs just didn't say, hey, you know what? We're just going to stick with Conte. Ange was low down on their list. There was an ongoing joke about who was going to be offered the Spurs job. And guess what Ange has just gone and done? Have them win a European trophy. It's crazy that.
He was right, though, with his comment.
He was right. He's spot on with his comment. Spot on with his comment.
Did you see Mohamed Salah's tweet?
Nah, what did he tweet? What did he tweet?
Ange was right when he said he wins in the second season.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah, wow. Spot on. 100%. Salute to that man, because he can tell everybody, shut up. Not only did I win Spurs a trophy, I won in my second season, like I told you, look. No one can't say nothing to him. I can't say nothing to that man. Absolutely nothing. And rightfully so. I can only commend that.
This is for you. Flawless. Bruno Fernandes in the UCL, EUL elimination games. 9 games played, 2 goals scored, 1 pen, 1 assist, 23 shots.
Interesting.
3 BCM, 12 of 22 dribbles, 4 BCCs, and 188 possessions lost. That's your skipper.
That's their skipper. I don't know that guy. That skipper. Never claimed him. That's that skipper. Never claimed that guy. Never. And the silence is crazy surrounding it. Silence. And people will crash on Garnacho for his comments, and rightfully so as well, but just bypass Bruno's. They're equally both as disgusting. Because Garnacho's been performing poorly also about, we can't beat anyone in the Prem. Yes, you're a large reason why we can't beat anyone in the Prem. Because you're an attacker who went 20 games without a goal, mate. That's why you don't get assists either. So maybe
what's the cherry on the cake? What's the cherry on the cake, Flawless?
No.
We raising number 20 on Sunday.
Crazy work.
That is the cherry on top. We lifting number 20 on Sunday.
What's the deficit, Flawless? 11, 12?
Well, you're talking about the overdraft at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't checked. You acting like I checked that. I ain't checked the table in
12. Yeah.
I ain't checked it. Dakota, don't do that. I was there when you lot won it. I came and said hello.
You did.
And congratulated you all.
You coming when we lifted the trophy? You coming on when we lifted the trophy?
Not gonna happen. That's not gonna
happen. You lot. I paid my dues and did my congratulations and everything else. Yeah. I leave you lot to it. I need a rebuild. The rebuild's big, but it's not. The rebuild isn't as big as people make out.
No, Flawless. You rebuild real big. Your rebuild's real big.
No, in regards to the reason why I say that is because people, when they think of the rebuild, is us going back to the very top, which is not the case. We just need to be
it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. No, realistically.
When I say that, I'm not talking about that. I don't care. Currently, right now, 2025, I have zero interest in Manchester United going to compete for Premier Leagues and Champions Leagues. Like, that's not even in my thought process right now. I'm talking about, hey, you know what? You lot just become a competent team again. That's it. Forget trophies, because trophies will come, as we've seen. On accident, trophies will happen. It's not about that for me right
Not
now.
with this manager.
Yeah, not with him, but the next guy or the next guy after that, because that managers have a knack of doing it. I think it's only Ollie who never won anything. He was here for a significant period of time.
Herein lies the problem of Flawless. Last night I
Well.
heard men saying 6, 7, 8, 9. They expect you to come from where you are now to be 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th next season.
Oh, in the league you're talking about? I thought you're talking about number of players.
No.
Oh.
Position in the league.
Yeah, I think you can be. Again, you have to be meticulous with your approach. Yes. Forest did it, so it can be done. Forest went from 17th to 7th. Villa did it too. Granted, better managers, yes, but that's then on the board to go and do so. Because the recruitment is one thing I actually trust.
Fair enough.
But that's why that's when I say the Villa, like that's why when I say Newcastle as well, obviously Newcastle spent a little bit of money when they did it, whereas Forest broke rules as well. But yeah, I'm not talking about being top 1, top 2. Just become a competent unit again. How about just getting a positive goal difference? Win 2 games back to back. That's what I'm talking about. People talking about rebuild and all this, and why have you not got marble floors? I don't have a front door. The man are telling me why don't I have heated floors? Let me get a front door first.
The wind blowing in, the floor is cold.
Let me get. I need a front door. You know what I'm saying? Man are telling, why have you not got chandeliers? Let me get windows.
Let me get some windows first.
Let me get windows in. Like, this is what I'm saying. Why have you not got a 60-inch TV? Whoa, man. Like, let me actually, fix the hole in the roof. No pun intended. Let me do that first. This is where I'm at with it. We just need to go back to basics. And I think going back to basics, that's it. Sunshine. I'm talking about a foundation. That's not tough to build. Foundation's easy to build. Can build a foundation in the summer. If you bring in 4 or 5 players of note, manager does have to go, yes, alongside a lot of these players, but is it tough to do? It's tough to do because of who we have in charge across the board. That's all I look at.
You're ready to get rid of Amorim along with all the players.
Yes. That's added in. Like, I'm not Amorim goes and they stay. Yeah. Everybody goes together.
But the likelihood of that happening to me is slim because they forced him into this position. And I feel, and I could be wrong, that there's a guarantee of at least a year. So we're forcing you to come now, having not spent any money or bought any players, introduce a system that you don't have the players to introduce. Now the question has to be, in the summer, are you going to back this system that you haven't seen work? Because the one thing that you must see is, give me some green shoots. Forget how good or bad the players are. When you institute a new system, there's got to be something that says, you know what? Yeah. This is going to work. You haven't seen an inkling of that. No. Are you willing to, let's say you get 100 for Bruno, 100 million for Bruno, you get 50 million for Garnacho and 40 million for Anthony and 30 million for Sancho. That's 220 million quickly off the back bank. That's more than enough money to put together an outfit where you got Euro, De Ligt, Maz, Kobe Mano, Ahmad, Heaven as sort of like a base, and then you just add in pieces. You're probably going to get Cunha and the lap still, obviously, being in the Premiership is better than being in the Championship. So leaving Ipswich and coming to Old Trafford is still better than going down, unless somebody else comes for him. So it sounds like 2 of them are linked. That's 85 million and 20.
They still can get something for Rasmus too. Rasmus can still game them something too.
Let me say 20 million for Rasmus, 160 million. You still got 160 million having bought Cunha if you do get Cunha and the lap. So to me, using Forest as an example, to be honest, the example is still the likelihood is still there, but the question mark has to be the man that says, if you fire me now, or if you ask me to leave, I'll leave because I don't need any compensation, and I'm not just talking about the players, I'm talking about me. Does he have it? Because as much as we're looking at Bruno saying, yeah, as a skipper, yeah, you know, whatever, you want to raise some money, sell me, whatever. The manager hasn't kept the sort of noise that you want the manager to keep either. Because you said it. It sounds like he's cooked.
Yeah, he is cooked. And the
He
player
cooked his
sounds
own
like
self.
Yeah.
He cooked his own self. That's what he did.
That's what it is. Like the players did it. And again, this is what I talk about all the time. And Vader constantly like runs jokes about it. But we're seeing it in 4K. I say all the time, the pressure and being at Manchester United is different. Because Amorim is not an idiot. I genuinely don't think that. Like when you hear him talk about the game, he's not a Ten Hag or a Ollie who just gaslit us in interviews.
Yeah.
In interviews, he'll tell you all the issues. That's why in the interviews, he's telling and saying, even though he's not outright saying it, he's saying, I am not good enough. He's telling you that.
Yeah.
He's saying this. All of everything he's saying is saying to you, I am not good enough. I am struggling. The pressure is too much. And that can happen at any job, in particular Manchester United. But the people upstairs, the same way he can't see it with Højlund on the pitch, who's clearly out of his depth, clearly has no confidence, clearly not good enough, but yet you play him consistently. It's the same with the board. How have you employed this man to do this job? And he looks like the way he looks in regards to he looks stressed and how he sounds and what the results are. And you mentioned it there, Pops, about the summer. We just got to sign talent. That whole scenario of signing for a system or signing for a profile of the club is out the window. We just got to sign talent, unfortunately.
Before you sign talent, you know what you need to do first? You need to get rid of the cancers in the team first. You need to get rid of Bruno. You need to get rid of Harry Maguire. The two of them first need to be 1 and 2 out the door. That's your last two captains because they have no leadership capabilities and they show that they don't have the mentality to help these youngsters or even give a damn about what this team does, to be honest. You may as well have given that damn well armband to Casemiro. I'm sure he would have done a much better job being a captain in your team, in your club, than them two losers that was the former captains. But getting rid of the cancers first, got to go. Garnacho, I'm going to put into that loop too because he's just not good. And then you do your talent as you were suggesting. Yeah, but you can't bring in those guys with these guys still there. You can't. Yeah. They have to be gone.
You get rid of the players, yes, 110%. And then like with the players, so whether it's a Cunha or a Delap or whatever player we bring in talent, because Pops mentioned it about the manager, and he's not going anywhere in regards to he starts the season and he gets sacked during the season. And then we're literally in the same situation with Amorim that we was with Ten Hag. Are they going to make the same mistake? These people are stupid enough to do it. Don't go and get a permanent manager getting an interim. When you sack him October or November, just go get Rude. And then that gives you ample time to then go and sign whoever the manager is in the summer. But these men are definitely like, Amorim's not going to make it to the summer of 2026. It's clear as day. But yet they're going to back him just to one, save face, and two, because it's incompetent.
Yeah. They don't want to look like they're wrong. That's what it is. Pops is right, though. They're not going to get rid of him this summer. They can give him some more time.
Yeah, so if anyone who thinks that, I don't know what to tell you. He ain't going nowhere. Do I think some of the players are? Yes. Because the players are starting to show themselves for the whatless attitude they have. With the Bruno comments, with the Garnacho comments. So that's been festering. That's been there. That's not new.
Yeah.
That's been there. I'm saying that's been there. It's just that something's happened that has then forced you even more that you dislike. With Bruno, the losing the final, Garnacho talking about not starting it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about not beating the teams in the Premier League and how horrific a season it's been. It's like, all right, cool. I got no qualms with this. You lot can dip. Oh, no qualms whatsoever.
Pops,
but yeah. Go on.
Flawless defeated, bro.
No qualms, yeah.
Not yet. You got one more. You got one more game. Barnes, you got one more game. Season in that.
Yeah, I'm running a watch along, and man just gonna be playing GTA during that. You know what I mean? That's what's going on. The watch along will be on, but we just be running GTA and looking at the top 5 race.
Because Villa can pack them on the weekend.
Well,
They will.
hey, if it means Chelsea don't get in champ, I'll take that still. I'll take that.
So what that would be a success is Chelsea not getting any Champions League.
Yeah, because it just quietens them down. Because that's just my own. I got nothing against Chelsea. There's too many of the content creators that talk too much. Like Lewis is cool, but I know too many. Prime, Victor, CP, Surfer. Who else? See, that's 5 off the top of. I say Surfer again because he's that much of a prick. Like that's what I'm saying. There's too many of them. Just be yapping, just chatting. So it's like, yeah, that's what it is. When Don was on back again, it's like, all right, Don. Okay.
This has been a great season, though. I ain't gonna lie. United, no trophies. City, no trophies. Arsenal, we know wasn't gonna get no trophies. Man, Liverpool, number 20.
Well, and big up to Honesty for the super chat. Appreciate it. Says RIP, man. I know RIP, man. You as a Liverpool fan, life is good. Yeah. But it's great. Goes on to say City, no trophies. Manchester United, no trophies. And in the depth of hell, Arsenal, no trophies. Manchester City, well, you said Manchester City again, no trophies. I used to pray for times like this. Yeah, at least Arsenal and City doing nothing. That is a benefit. Yeah, all the bird clubs is crazy. Even Go Ahead Eagles.
Year of the bird, man.
The year of the bird is true. All of them.
Yeah.
So flawless.
Yeah, the Eagles.
Cue for you, when you defunct the club, remember, you see you can defunct, control alt, delete, start fresh. That new logo should be a bird. Forget all that devil thing. Get yourself a bird, buddy.
I only wanted the club deleted if we lost to Bodo Glint. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was in the final.
Oh, okay.
It was a Bodo Glint thing in particular.
It should be deleted. No, you lost to Spurs, bro. They had they're in 17th right now, bro. Hey, with 21 losses.
Spurs are the, how do you third? I think they're the 4th most successful English club in Europe.
Yeah.
That's four European UEFAs or Europa League.
They got 3 UEFAs and they got 1 Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what it is. Like Spurs, people like disrespect Spurs, and it's like, yeah, they won anything. Yeah, they're the 4th most successful team in Europe. That's no easy feat.
I was rooting for Spurs yesterday. I ain't gonna lie, because my agenda is against that other team in London that think they're a big club. I just want to see them suffer. So Spurs winning means they suffer even more. And I heard the parade is tomorrow for Spurs.
Yeah, the parade's tomorrow. Yeah. The parade's tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
They equal us. And Dico says, that's right. We got a 3, they got a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 UEFA Cups. Yeah.
Yeah, the level with us.
They got YG every single time. Shout outs to YG. Is it true? What's this? Honestly says, is it true following the 2005 takeover by the Glazers, the majority owners United is more than $1 billion in debt? Something like that.
I think
you go for the super chat.
Somewhere around 800 million now at this point.
Yeah. Something mad like that. But I keep telling people all the time with Manchester United. You hear this every year. Manchester United got no money, can't buy no players. And every summer we spend money and buy players. Let me break this down again because there's new people in the chat. And I break this down all the time, people. Manchester United are rich, broke people. That's what we are. Manchester United are rich, broke. If you take whoever your favorite actor is, favorite artist, whoever the case may be, if Bill Gates woke up to tomorrow and he had £1 million in his account, guess what? He's broke. Give me £1 million, I'm rich. There's a difference. That's what it is with Manchester United. I keep stating this because we literally have been linked with Cunha the past couple of weeks. How are we paying for Cunha? Is it IOUs? Is it magic beans? Is it coupons? How are we linked with the lap? How are we linked with Milinkovic, Savic, and other players as well? Someone tell me some Manchester United had where we spent zero.
We gotta get you a shirt. We gotta get you a new shirt. Rich bro.
Yeah, Manchester United. Manchester United. I think they might be out there. Manchester United are rich broke for the entity and the size of the football club and the juggernaut that Manchester United is. Yes, they are broke. Give any of us right now in the chat or any of us on the street Manchester United's finances, we rich. We're living it up somewhere. What are we doing around here? And I go, whatever company will use McDonald's. The McDonald's owner woke up today and he only had £1 million for operating expenses. You know what he's gonna say? Yeah, I'm broke. I can't even afford to bring, you know what I'm saying, to bring in to move around the nuggets and the fries and the Happy Meals. We gonna spend money, man, because we always spend money. Where there's a will, there's a way, man. Like always. Someone tell me, when's the last summer we had and we didn't spend over 100 million?
Yeah. You know what is pops for this United team? You know, it was a good analogy for them. That man got champagne, taste, and mobby pockets, man.
Nah, the pocket's still good. I sure if
the
you look at
good, they go deeper in the red, my man. The pockets ain't good.
Man, if you look at the richest clubs, Manchester United is still in the top 10 for sure. Probably even top 5. The juggernaut makes money. The only way you can get dividends is if you're making money in it. So
yeah, 100%.
Is that the Glazers taking out dividends? You can only get a dividend if you make money. So the debt being whatever it is isn't their concern because you're still making money. Sponsorship deals still strong. You still get a lot of games on TV, so you're making the money from TV revenue. As much as you like to say, oh, I don't hated, adored, but never ignored. Now we ain't ignoring in flawless though. There's one thing for sure, boy. We ain't ignoring 2025 this season, for sure.
Well, like we never ignored, like we are a juggernaut in regards to wherever we go sells out. We are artists who's been putting out mediocre to terrible music for years, but people still fuck with us because of the nostalgia thing.
Yep.
Old Trafford, even though it shouldn't be, it'll be sold out against Villa. It's gonna be full.
The nostalgia started to lengthen though, flawless. The nostalgia started to lengthen. I can do an in-depth look at these numbers. A gap now beginning to widen. Yes, the success is relative. Yeah, it's funny to say, well, yeah, we picked up an FA Cup or we picked up the League Cup when you're looking at the sort of banter side of things or whatever, but that's not what you are. That's not what you're around for.
Oh, yeah,
the team that won 7 of the first 10 premierships isn't here in 2025, down in 16th. And looking back at 1999 is a long way away now, you know. 1999 is a long way away. So as much as, and here's what I can show you. 20 years before that was 1979. We never looked at 20 years before that. We've never in football spoken about anything that happened in 1979 versus 1999. Forest went back-to-back and won the European Cup. Liverpool won 5 times in that period of time. We never looked at the 1999 treble winners and anything backwards to that. You're past 20. This is 25 years on from that now. Heading into 26 years. That's beginning to become part of the history. That's almost going to be like the Invincibles. Well, so as much as that's sort of like, that's Arsenal clinging on with their fingernails for relevance. And if you move the line and say, all right, 20 years ago, let's do a count back. There is no Invincibles. 2005, the Invincibles was the year before. There's no title for Arsenal. There's nothing to talk about. And the audience is getting younger.
Yeah. And because of ours, I think nostalgia helps because people will talk about it and it will be documented as well.
Yes.
Because it was just so unprecedented and it's just covered so well. So that's what it is. And also on top of that as well, most people who come to Manchester United, as I've said, this is the most money they've ever made.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have to be big wages. Like we in for Delap. We doubling Delap's wages.
Comfortable.
Minimum.
Yokerez
is on because we was looking at his wages. Reportedly 40K a week.
Peanuts.
That's what Yokerez is on. So if he was, let's say he does come to Manchester United, not saying that happens, he's getting minimum
100.
Yeah,
100.
So you doubled it or more, people will move. This is the point I always make. But see, they have to utilize these things. But yeah, that's why I don't worry about. That's why I don't worry about money side of things and bringing in players. I worry about who they're going to bring in. I'm concerned about who they choose to keep. That's where my major issues lie. But fuck knows, man.
You do need a goalkeeper too.
Oh yeah, facts. Tired of Onana.
Your former goalkeeper did win an FA Cup this season.
Yeah, Dean Henderson, man. Stop them blue lot from winning anything. Great stuff. Happy for him.
In his baseball cap and all.
Yeah, man. And then was going at it with Pep. Love that.
Yeah, he had Pep pissed.
Well, Pep going there, I'm saying Pep was on it.
10 minutes, Pep.
Yeah. Maybe if your striker didn't, what's it called? Pass over the penalty, then is what it is. Take the pen. How you a striker when you don't want a free shot from the penalty spot? 12 yards out. What are you doing? How you doing? Flawless, you are fast creeping towards a place where you will have to worry about the money as the club won't have it anymore. I've been hearing this for years. Man United generate too much.
Yep.
Just go. All you have to do, Bodie, is Google it and look at what Manchester United generates.
Print money.
Because you know why? TV stations are always going to show us.
Yeah.
Good, bad, or average. Because we're Manchester United and people want to watch us.
Next year, your revenue is going to drop, though, from a TV side because you ain't playing in nothing other than England.
Europe. Huh?
Yeah,
you got no European games.
Yeah. So you know what?
So your revenue definitely going to drop.
I think it will drop because obviously the no European stuff, but then even in the Prem, you know what they start doing? Pause on a Friday. Pause on a Friday or a late Sunday or Monday or stuff like that. They're going to utilize that. We don't have to worry about Manchester United in Europe. We can place them anywhere.
You can still have some big nights, man. You against Leeds is going to be a big relegation derby, man. Come on. Big battle.
This guy got jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Because Leeds is going to upgrade their goalkeeper. I'm telling you right now, there's no way they're coming in the Prem next season with that same keeper. No chance. What's his name? You gave him an M.
Still got Messi.
Yeah.
You know what? They get relegated. They get relegated anyway.
Don't sleep on Leeds.
Right.
Yeah, I've been hearing this, man. People told me don't sleep on Leeds for my entire life, and they ain't done shit. But they win at 92.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It was in 92 the last time they won something.
Year before.
Lead 91.
Yeah.
91.
All right.
You would have taken Cantona from them and brought him into you, innit?
Yeah. I was alive and couldn't talk them times. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. I was alive and couldn't talk the last time that them lot. You know what I'm saying? I was probably just walking around. I ain't worried about Leeds. Not in the slightest. I ain't worried.
Who else coming up? Burnley is the next one that coming up, right? So far,
Burnley Burnley and then Sheffield United or Sunderland. Sheffield United, Sunderland. Yeah. It's between those two. Yeah, that's it. Amy, bro, United are losing their audience, losing their shirt sales. It's not crisis yet, but if you stay on this trajectory, it won't be long off. Like I said, man, rich broke. United won't lose enough of it to cost it. Guarantee that we still sell more. United will still sell more than 99% of clubs. Outside of a Real Madrid, by Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, if they're successful, we're top 10 and we're going to remain top 10. Shirt sales will never be a problem for Manchester United. Even nostalgia. You know why? We just think of shirt sales in regards to the free kits. United put out new merch all the time. Jackets and stuff like this and tracksuits, etc. We're talking merch. Like Manchester United are juggernaut. Telling people, like I say, they're going to make money. And in regards to the trajectory, it depends on... All you need is the odd European campaign there. We've been on a downward trajectory for 10 years. We've been nowhere near Premier League or Champions League for years. And Manchester United are still not fine because that's too far, not fine, but they're never going to want for money. That's it. We're rich broke.
That's rich for the shirt. Yeah. Rich broke United.
We are rich broke United. I keep saying this. How else we paying for Cunha? Well,
does he? I hear he got second thoughts. No, does he even come now?
If he had second thoughts, it wouldn't surprise me. How true it is, I don't know, because I've not kept up to date since the final. or whether it's Cunha or whoever the 10 is, whoever the case may be. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, Simicast linked with Leeds. Ant just said it. Yeah, I heard about that.
That Kel's linked with them too.
And Kelleher as the goalie.
Yeah, best thing for United is to get relegated and start fresh. I don't think it's a fresh start. These people ain't gonna wake up even with I thought relegation would wake them up. It wouldn't.
Happened before.
Before my time, so I don't know what happened after that in regards to the ownership.
Yeah, you would have gone. Actually, you would have finished in a similar position the season before, and then got relegated the season after.
History repeats itself.
Yeah, that was 74 though. So
it was a long time ago, for sure.
A little while back.
Yeah,
but you definitely need to bring in players to have any sort of chance.
Oh yeah, and I think they knew that. Yeah, players are needed. You know what I'm saying? Players are needed.
So but you know we can be better next season too.
If you lot sign who you're gonna with Frimpong, if you do get Kirkers, if you do get Verts, yeah. On paper, definitely. Look at all the cash cutting measures the club is already putting in place. We care also constantly told that they can't spend big on players. The reason why we're putting them cash cutting measures in the club putting that place is because our owners don't have bread like that. And also because we've been run terribly. It's a mix of two. Not only the Ineos not rich like that, some of the stuff that they're cutting costs on, I'm with it.
Yeah.
Why do we have double the amount of staff that other clubs have? Why do certain clubs have 150 and we had 300? Bear in mind, I know people who work at OT as well, and they say, yeah, it's a mess. So as much as I don't like Ineos, I have no issue with that. So the vast majority of, actually, when I think about it, all of their measures I have no issue with whatsoever. I don't know what they've done that's so crazy. Just because I'm a juggernaut of Manchester United in regards to finance doesn't mean I should just throw away money. Someone in the chat, let me know what they did. So yeah, the cash cutting measures, I'm not really worried about it. And what we care also told that they can't spend big on players. But when again, what's big on players? Are we saying 90 million? Are we saying 100 million? When don't we spend on players? Someone tell me this.
You do every season.
Every season. And with the same.
You gotta say be though, flawless. If we are no, three of us are ownership, we move into a new consortium, and we looking to fire the kit man and the tea lady and all that. Some executive want firing too though. So it's one thing to say you looking at the staff and saying, yeah, we got 300 and everybody has got 150, but Barada and Jason Wilcox and them, man, you happy with the job that them doing?
No.
That's where you start.
Should be on the bread line too, though.
That's where you start.
If you really cut in costs and you're looking to improve, some of these execs or whatever you want to call them should be on the bread line. Some of the players should be on the bread line. I mean, and you can't fire a player because you got buyout contracts or whatever the case may be, unless they're close to the end. But a man like Luke Shaw, to me, should be gone. You had him for what? How long? 10 years or something like that?
Yeah.
7 to 10 years, right?
He shouldn't be playing at our club right now.
Yeah, you shouldn't be playing.
He played 4 seasons of football. He played 4 seasons of football for you, yeah?
Probably not. Probably not.
There we go. Stealing a living,
got rid of the lunches at the training ground, didn't pay for staff to come to the final. Amarin personally funding some of the wider coaching stuff. The getting rid of the lunches at the training ground, I genuinely don't believe. I think that's rubbish, to be honest.
Yeah,
I don't think that happened. That's rubbish. Again, cite your source, please. I think that's absolute nonsense. I know it got said. I'm not saying what you're saying is nonsense. I'm saying I believe that's nonsense. Didn't pay for staff to come to the final. Why should we pay for staff to come to the final? Why should Manchester United pay for staff to come to the final? Where is the rule that says that's the case? There's no issue with that. I have no problem with that. If I work for Manchester United, why should they pay for me to come to the final? Why? Am I there working? No. So why are you paying me to go there then? Again, I have no issue with this whatsoever. What are we talking about here? Amarin personally funding some of the wider coaching staff. Yeah. Every full-time employee at Spurs got tickets and a chartered plane were meant to be tight. That's on you lot. My point is that you don't have to do it. There's nowhere that in the ruling, someone explain to me why you have to do that. Why is it the issue that it didn't happen?
Unless you're a hard task master, man.
Yeah, why am I doing that? I run a business. Connor, you work for me. Yeah, the team makes the final. Why am I paying for you to go to the final? Why? Someone tell me why. Let's see if we're gonna have honest conversation. Let's have honest conversation. Like, what are we doing? Well, like, again, this stuff's bad, but it's not. That's not. Ineos have done so much wrong that I have no issue with it. They've done plenty wrong. I can't stand them. I want them gone. I think they're dreadful as a ownership, as an entity, dreadful. But not paying for staff to go to the final. All right. You work for me. Are you there working? So you're just an expense for what?
Yeah. Then you got to pay for hotel and all sort of stuff. No.
Yeah. You're just an expense for what? And then we have thousands of staff. So how do you select who goes and who doesn't? Let's say it's 1,000 staff overall. So we saying, is it just say waiters and waitresses? Is it stewards? Is it a canteen staff? Is it a receptionist? Is it a tea lady? Etc. Like, what are we doing here? Why is that a problem? And to Bodie, who says, exactly, bro, but none of this was an issue. Like I said, it's a fast creep. No, it is an issue. We just had idiots in charge. Just because it wasn't addressed doesn't mean it wasn't an issue. It was an issue then. Why do we have double the amount of staff as most other football clubs? That's a problem. Eradicate that. Again, Ineos have give people everything to criticize them, and people are talking about staff not going to a final. What?
Yep.
How about we criticize them for keeping Ten Hag? How about we start there? Let's go there. That's something to criticize them for.
Dan Ashworth.
Yeah, how about Dan Ashworth? How about we start with that piss poor approach to getting Dan Ashworth and not doing your due diligence?
Yeah. Yeah.
How about that fact that Amarim's still here? That's a problem in itself. That's a problem in itself. The fact that Bruno's not been transfer listed already. I think
what's Amarim's contract?
I think it's 27, 26.
Okay.
They just had to pay out 10 high. There's no chance they're doing that one with Amarim too, bro. I don't see that happen.
Yeah, but you did it wrong. If you paid out 10 high, then you would have had a contract with a man at the beginning of the summer and the ability to buy players that supposedly will fit the system. And then you look at the man and say, you know, I'm firing you anyhow because you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, or he's doing well enough to keep the job. Now you're in a situation where you're saying, well, I messed this up because I put you in a position where it was going to be difficult for you to win. You backed yourself and I backed you, and now we look like two idiots together. And they're talking a lot of rubbish. Now, I would have a problem with him. I'm serious. If I hire you and I knew that it was a difficult situation, I can't have you in the interview saying, well, yeah, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about the job anymore. You know, things a little rough about here. You know, these men ain't playing. And say, it was you who picking the men to play, idiot. Shut up. Shut up, man. Self-awareness is something that's lacking for men that's supposed to be intelligent. These men supposed to be football smart, and that retarded. You say, and that's stupid. That you can sit there in front of the camera and say things like, "Well, maybe I'm not the man for the job." What? So you resign? Because I'm paying you. If you're resigning, it sounds like you just resign. Let me call you. Yeah, you just resign? No, I ain't resign. Well, shut up then. Come in my office and see me. Stop talking.
Agreed.
You don't talk in the morning press conferences. Not because you make yourself look like an absolute idiot. You pick the wrong players. You play the wrong system. You get beat playing rubbish. And then you're talking a lot of rubbish. There's no credibility anywhere in it.
None.
No credibility. And it's wonderful to watch because it reminds me of Hodgson. The worst that we've been, we haven't been this. The worst that we've been, we haven't been this. And this ain't done today or tomorrow, you know. This in the pocket, Barnes. This lasting forever. 2025 is a mark that must last forever. Just like the treble winners in 99, 2025 got to go down in history. Every fan base got to hold on to this moment. And I hope Spurs finish above them so we can say, you remember when United finished last? They didn't get relegated. but I finished last. They were so shit. Hammering forever.
And no trophies.
And the thing is, right? The sad thing is this. Because of no Europe, these men could be good next season, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And Brighton and Bournemouth and Newcastle, well, Brighton and Bournemouth more so because of the models. Not big money, really. The right people in the right spots, the right staff, and you can move from where you are, ease up the table very quickly because people ain't really gonna be focusing on you next season. They're gonna be looking around you. And all of a sudden you pop up in mid-table early in the season. You're saying, wait, shit, these men in form, especially if you find a striker. No, that's the hardest part. Because your team is shit and you can't score goals. And we've seen that for a couple of years. But the Lap and Cunha for sure together, you can get some. For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. And in regards to it, let me get to a couple of things as well. It's full-time staff, so salaried, not like match day staff. You said something else, Connor, as well. It's not a ruling, it's good grace. Yeah, I'm not here for good grace. I'm here to win football matches and to be successful. Don't care about no good grace. Good grace for what? I'm here to win games. I'm here to win trophies. Good grace what? We've had some of the most horrible people win trophies at this football club. And I say horrible in regards to horrible on the football pitch, not horrible individuals. Because, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about that
question.
Yeah, I ain't fussed. One second, let me get to it. Yeah, that's terrible.
Who wins between Hodgson's team and Amaril's United team? I gained out of Roy Hodgson.
Do you think that the good grace feeds into the wider culture of the club? No, I don't think it does. Because if we were successful, it wouldn't be a story.
Yeah,
that's the point that I'm making. This is only a story about us cutting costs because we are not winning. If Manchester United had won a Premier League or had won I go one further. If Manchester United had won the Europa League, would we have had this conversation? No, because nobody cares when you're winning. Nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. No one cares. Yeah, but you're not successful. That's exactly my point. So what's your point? I'm lost. I'm completely, you've lost me, Connor. I don't know where you're at. You've lost me. But no, because what is the culture? If you wake up and your missus is angry at something, you're not going to have a good day. So you reckon the staff are the problem with the players, is what you're telling me? Is this what we're saying? We're saying the players. Is that what it is? No, nonsense. If you keep the wider staff happy, it feeds into the nonsense. Because these players are rubbish regardless. What are we doing here? Man has been telling me for weeks now how bad the players are. And now we're here talking about if the staff were happier, the team would play better. No. The manager are Egypt and the players are Egypts. What are we talking about here? You're either quality or not. And these lot fall in the latter. So the staff being happier let me clarify this. The staff being happy has zero bearing on the Manchester United team as of right now. What we doing here? What are we talking about here? Zero.
So if the story, that's what I is.
If the canteens the manager stops performing like an Egypt. The tea lady's happier, so Hoyland starts bagging goals. The kit man feels happier, so Garnacho starts getting assists. The receptionist is having the time of her life, so Bruno all of a sudden stops giving the ball away foolishly. What are we doing here? What are we talking about? What are we doing? It has zero bearing on it. Zero. Because them man are rubbish. What are we talking about here? What was the factor? When Manchester United was successful, what was the staff like? Nobody knows. You know why? Because nobody cared.
No one cared.
No one cared. No one knew what the staff was like. We just know actually the one receptionist because she was there for years. That was it. Maybe that was it. Other successful teams. Yes, was all this talked about when United were cleaning up? No, it wasn't, because nobody cared. No one cared. You know why? Because their man was quality. So the staff, so let me clarify this. The staff being unhappy or happy has zero bearing on this current Manchester United squad. So if we were happier, we wouldn't be 16th, we'd be 6th. No. Because Onana's dreadful regardless. No matter if we get some with the tea lady. She might make a banging cup, or she probably does.
Mm-hmm.
She probably does. Canteen staff are probably lovely. Cleaners are probably lovely. Probably nice people. What are we doing out here?
Oh, no. What's his name?
What are we talking about? And yeah, I did see that you pinged me the canteen link in with to the BBC. That is the one. That's one of the ones I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that. Didn't do that.
So, question for you, Pops.
There it is.
Go ahead,
Why was
Pops,
it
go
never
ahead.
Oh, yeah. Because I wanted to get to this from Bodie because he responded. Let's see. Ineos has Ineos has spent first year mostly correcting their own mistakes. That I agree with. That's why I don't want them there.
Yep.
They've done horrendous. I don't want them here. I don't. But I don't blame them for what they inherited. I blame them for what they've done since they got here. So them cutting costs and things of this nature, even if we got Qatari ownership, I don't want us spending money foolishly. Why? For good grace. Win matches. This is Manchester United Football Club. This ain't Manchester United to be your best friend. What are you doing out here, man? Come on, man, people. What is going on? But
Pops, we got a question for you.
Sorry, go on. Yeah, you can get to the question. Go on.
Rasmus or Aquilani?
Aquilani even play, man. Rotten Aquilani better than Rasmus.
Well,
honestly,
Aquilani.
we haven't seen anything like Rasmus. I've watched football for a long time.
Yeah, me too.
Made fun of people like Peter Crouch and Lambert and who's the Southampton striker? The Kembe at
The big dude, the little minute ball. Yeah.
Oh, is it Garnacho or something?
Yeah. On Onuachu or somebody like that. There's nobody worse than Hoyland. There's
I agree.
nobody worse than Hoyland.
The man went double O flawless.
0026, 27, 0016 twice the season before.
But that's an indictment on the club, though. You can't spend 70 million on a player and then it go like that. People saying, look at our boy Nunes. He's saying in a comparison, I can remember goals that Nunes has scored quickly off the top of my head, but I can't remember Hoyland's goals.
It's not even close. Him and Nunes is not even close.
Yeah, Rasmus is dreadful. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no one he's better than people. And big up honesty for the super chat. I appreciate it. It says Bayern board are getting nervous because of Liverpool, and apparently Wirtz has already been looking for houses during his visit to Liverpool. Go to you, Pop's thoughts on this, because we haven't actually spoke about this, so I don't know any of your thoughts on the Wirtz links.
I got more information on that too.
You know me already, Flawless. I'm one of them men who's do this. Show me the man with the shirt, smiling and signing. All the other jibber jabber and speculation is just good for entertainment purposes. Now, he's supposed to be on holiday right now, I think. So there's this. All right, he gotta make a decision when he come back. But anybody that knows his story knows that Bayer don't want sent to Bayern. So there's definitely no love lost between the clubs, and the price is going to be different if we buy versus if they buy. So if they buy, I think they're saying that they want 150 somewhere in our region. Well, that's a rumor. I don't know. I mean, that's just numbers.
Yeah, it's 150. It's 150, and Pops. Yeah.
If we buy, then it could be a different price. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm selling a player, the club, who wants to go somewhere else. That's not. But Wirtz is one of them players that you're saying to yourself, all right, I also ain't ready to just start throwing the towel and say, well, there you go long. If I can bend his ear and say, man, give me a couple of seasons, man, look at what we doing. Call Klopp and say, Klopp, give my man a little call. Frimpong, give my man a shout. Because he's quality. He's one of them needle movers that if you get him, you're saying to yourself, yeah, the rest of the Premiership saying, shit, these men win and sign he too. Because in our minds, I'll be honest with you, when I heard Verts was available, I said, hell, City can buy he to replace Kevin De Bruyne, and these bastards can start all over again. But they pulled out the deal for whatever reason. So maybe the noise was too strong that he wasn't leaving Germany for them, or whatever the case may be. But for us, it seems to be lingering around. So I am excited by the link. But as I said always, show me the man holding the shirt.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, he's a German international, and most of the German players look to Bayern Munich and sit as him spot. Much like the Spanish-speaking players look to Barcelona or Real Madrid. And I guess at one point, if you were English, it would have been Liverpool or Man United or whatever, depending on who you like. If you like London, then maybe it's Arsenal or whatever the case may be. But you already know they got players who want to be somewhere. Some people might say, well, Bayern Munich and all that, or the German league and all that, but that's where he's from and that's what he knows. So he doesn't look at the Premiership with the eyes that we look at it and say, well, it's the best in the world. But I'm excited by the link, to be honest.
The added context to that as well is Michael Edwards flew to Boston to FSG to get the okay and the green light to pull the trigger on Verts, on what Leverkusen would want for him. So Pops is right. We would get discounted because they would sell cheaper outside of Germany. And if they sell to Bayern, it's going to be very heavy. And I don't think Bayern ready to pull that trigger because they think it's 150.
Hey, Bayern, do what needs to be done, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Verts over here, man. You know what I'm saying? Do what needs to be done.
Verts come to Liverpool. We got Frimpong. We get Kirkes. And there would be more signings. We do that business and we get a striker. Tell you right now, number 21 coming back next season.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. We do that serious of business.
Yeah, that's real business.
The league in trouble next year.
Then City got to respond.
So, well, City ain't really want to spend the money.
Europe be in trouble too, Barnes.
Huh?
Not just the league. Europe will be in trouble.
Europe would be in trouble too because we got the squad depth as well.
Correct.
Which is what we didn't have this season.
Flawless rubbing, boy. Like the mere thought that I meant flawless rubby face, boy.
Yeah, oh my days. And just put something there. I didn't know about the Alvarez one with Edwards with FSG.
Nah, don't do that, Ant. Don't do that.
Wait, which Alvarez? You talking about Edson Alvarez or Julian Alvarez?
Julian Alvarez from Atletico.
Okay, I didn't know if it was Atalanta or.
You're looking at a connection with our Nunez with Atletico.
Yeah, because we could sell. The rumor that I heard is that we can sell Nunez to Atletico for a discount price and then give them what they want for Julian Alvarez coming back to Liverpool.
I can't see
so
that.
Then you would have. I can't see that one. That one's the one that I not realistic. But if it had to pull off, let me say it work, right? You know, got two new fullbacks, a 10 and a striker, and then Mohamed Salah sitting there with Gakpo and Diaz. Oy, oy, oy.
Yeah,
I ain't seeing that one. No, I ain't seeing that one. That one done.
I ain't seeing the Alvarez with Verts. I seen a different striker. I seen somebody different. Well, Flawless won't be able to have. I don't think Flawless would compute next season.
You can't see sure.
He'd be miserable.
I'm not computing next season now already, and it's not even started. This one ain't even over, and I'm already just like.
But the Kirkes one, the terms are already agreed with Liverpool, personal. So it's just the.
Yeah, that's a good signing. Unfortunately, it's a very good signing for you, look.
Yeah, he's quality too for a left back, and he rapid. What we know do is we know put in two rapid fullbacks. Frimpong got speed to speed can't done, and Kirkes fast too.
Yeah. Yes, speed demon. But hey, honestly, big up for the super chat as well. He goes into state Liverpool are considering Joe Bellingham. Crab saying Sesko is going to be your striker.
I don't want Sesko.
Not fan.
Nah.
Hey, Crab, let me know, are you a fan? All right, go on. What is it about Sesko you don't like?
I just think he was struggling in the Prem, to be honest.
Why?
There's some players you could see that they do well where they are,
Yeah.
but he gives me the vibes of Timo Werner. He gives me that vibe. Because let's be honest, Flawless. When you come to the Prem, right, players then realize, oh, this is a different beast. The defenders fast, the strong, the fullbacks fast, the strong. The game is just quicker compared to some of the other leagues overall. And a lot of players come to England and struggle a lot. How many Italian players have come to England and done well? There ain't a whole lot of them. Zola is one of them that you can call.
You gotta go back to Zola and Vialli.
Yeah.
But you say Italians though.
They don't really move a lot, though. They don't move.
They're not here often. When I think about it, Italians ain't like I'm trying to think United like throughout the years. I even think of one.
You can't.
I know we had Giuseppe Rossi, but he was like
Rossi, he was
an
American, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think he was
half or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I think he was like a youth player we had anyway, and then we ended up moving him on, so it wasn't a big money fee. I'm trying to think of an Italian we signed.
Yeah.
Hey, chat, let me know about it, because I think there's only been like one Italian that's won the Prem, which I believe was Balotelli. Obviously, it's Chiesa now, so it's two. But
yeah,
because Chiesa got a medal, but like they don't move, like they don't. They don't move like that. I can think of.
Yeah.
It's just from a United perspective, and then even when I think about Arsenal and I think about you lot, Chelsea, you mentioned, but Vialli and Zola was going way back.
Yeah, that's a veteran. That's back in the day.
Yeah.
Tonali hasn't done bad at Newcastle.
Tonali's done well.
He's done well.
He's done good. He's done good for in the league. He's like the most recent one that has actually done well. Jorginho,
Jorginho's decent.
He's had spurts. I wouldn't say he's been consistent.
I wouldn't say he's been a flop for Chelsea, I'd say.
He wasn't a flop for sure. For sure. But there even been some like look at what's his name? Like Lukaku came into the Prem, did well at Everton, struggled at United, struggled at Chelsea, and then went back in Italy. And I don't think you'll ever see him in England again.
I think Serie A is one of them leagues. If you got pace, if you've got pace and power, you'll do fine.
You will do well. Exactly.
That's why McTominay's doing well over there now. Because he can run.
Yeah.
Once you can run. Like if Jude Bellingham went there or something like that, you know what he'd do in that league? Lord of mercy. Just box crashing.
Crab, I'm not sold on Sesko, man. I'm not. I just not.
But he's a kid, isn't he? Sesko
he is a kid.
21 or something, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if it won't be a 21-year-old striker, to be honest.
Yeah, he's 21. So it'll be 22.
I agree.
Yeah,
next week.
Give me a little more, a little more maturity.
Agreed. My ideal situation is get rid of both of our nines, but I know that's just not possible for both.
Hey, if you need a 9, we got you, man. 100%.
Who? I don't want that dead food Rasmus. Who? He? Nah.
Around, man. I'm saying.
I'd rather keep Nunes.
Alright. Says then who then? I'm sure you. What is that Isak thing?
Nah, his injuries is really worrying me. Like me and Pops and Angel had this conversation the other day. I don't want to have a player that I can have to be dealing with availability issues. We had Jota, we had Naby Keita, we had Thiago. That was always on the shelf, injured all the time. I want guys that can be available. We can get some proper rotation. Yes, you're going to have injuries in your team because it's football that we're playing. So there's going to be niggles and a little bit of injuries here and there. But guys that constantly put on the shelf that you can't rely on, I can't. I worried about Isak legs though. I really am. Angel was talking about it. So he keep getting these knee issues. hamstrings. Angel said because that's Angel's field is he's like he got ACL waiting to happen.
Damn, would you run the risk though? Bear in mind, he did stay pretty much fit this season. I'd run the risk with the Isak.
I worried about it.
For where you lot are at, I think so. You win the Champions League, not win the Champions League. Go on.
It's one or the other, then. It would be Verts or Isak. I don't see us. That's not Verts and Isak. I can't see that. Together, that's probably about 250 or more, which is maybe the entire summer budget, I'm sure. And
Ekiteke is expensive. Pops, what do they want for him? 80 to 100 million?
Yeah, but most of the men in that range. So if you're looking at my boy at Brighton, Pedro has another 80 to 100. Ekiteke is 80 to 100. Osherman is probably the cheapest. Shirky is more of to me, a realistic 20 million or whatever. So that's like a punt to me. You're going to grab a man for 20 million. You can't go wrong there. I don't know if
he could play the 9, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know if he's a striker. I keep hearing Jonathan David as a free, which makes me sick to my stomach, to be honest. So I just hope that don't happen.
I hope Jonathan David go United because it's a free signing.
Give me Dan. Just let me. I will run with Dan's.
I agree.
Leave us out of this, man.
No. You can keep the free signing. Honestly,
Nah, we are on it. You have him. He's all yours.
Look, me and Pops is here. Liverpool fans talking about Jonathan David. Listen, I used to watch Canada football.
Yeah.
He is not it. I'm sorry, guys. He's not it. They can get frustrated. They think Nunez is frustrating. Boy.
You know what I was Ramia Barnes when the Ugarte link came up, and I remember watching the Copa with Angel. I tell Angel, nah, boy, not he, boy. I hope we don't ever sign he, because he in it for me. And when they see he turn up at Old Trafford, they say, all right, cool, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
You can take Jonathan David.
Nah, we good.
You need a striker. Though.
Yeah, we've been linked with the good strikers. You can keep Jonathan David. We actually been linked with good strikers. Run me the lot. Big M's. We talking about cheap deals, 30 million. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take the lot for that.
Jonathan David is a free. That's a free transfer.
Hey, man. What did it say? If you buy free, you buy twice. Oh no, if you buy cheap, you buy twice.
If you buy cheap, you buy cheap. Yeah.
You buy. Same premise. Yeah.
We saw over David. I would do too. 100%.
Shaba is definitely ahead of the game.
100%. I take him Visa over David all day, every day.
There's Visa, there's Embremo, there's other players. Forget all that.
There's Mateta too. I would take him over John and David.
Cool with that.
Ben Doak. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets sold this summer, to be honest.
I could see that.
I wouldn't. It wouldn't shock me.
So pick up an injury, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Go on. Verts.
Kirk has
Frimpong.
Anyone else you lot have been linked with any Vim?
Not yet. We haven't heard anything yet other than them three.
Yeah,
well, Alvarez keep floating about there, but we don't know.
Two more positions still up front and in the middle part, to be honest.
Yeah. I need a backup DM. I really do.
And number 9 shirt is a critical mass for me. Unless you're planning to play Verts in a false 9 and stay with
surely you lot get a striker.
Say again?
I said, surely you lot sign a striker.
I think we do.
I would like to believe so.
Well, you think there's a chance you don't? No way. Because Jara and Nunez both don't stay.
Nah.
One of them will, though.
As far as I'm concerned, Nunez gone.
Yeah. So surely you replace him. You don't not sign. You don't not buy him. I mean, you don't sell him and not buy someone.
It depends on how you look at if you look at the front 6 and you're happy to go back to a front 5. So you're Lucho and Gackers, Kingmo, possibly Jota because you sell 1 and you add Verts, that's 5. For me, it'd be 1 short because I think Chiesa might go through the door, to be honest. I think so, you know. but that would leave you, in my mind, one short.
What would Joe Pedro pops?
It depends on what they want to do. I ain't willing to spend 100 million on Joe Pedro. That's just me.
That's
I ain't
my
seeing
problem.
100 million worth in player in Joe Pedro.
I agree.
Joe Pedro does not give me that needle move effect that Verts would give me or Musiala would give me. Them is the sort of, but it's two of them players for me. Yamal, that's money that you gotta go up the ladder for. Some of the strikers that the man talking about the money. Like, nah. That's like Hoyland. You telling me that Hoyland is 70 million? And that's the bar that we got set now. That we got to spend 70 million to get something like Hoyland. We spend 60 something million on our guy Nunes plus add-ons that can go up to 80. Now winning the league, some of that add-on included. So let's say we end up saying that he was 75 million or whatever. You're telling me that that's 75 million, that's 75 million well spent? Because he's the issue, you know, to be honest. That investment's supposed to be still running. If he's a 20 plus a season man, we ain't having all this conversation. It's
Agreed.
Jota out, adverts, and we going to kill a league. If he was 20, if he giving me 20 a season, we ain't need much more than that. I still got Salah, Gackers and Lucho, adverts. I ready for the fight. If he was a 20 man at 20 a season, but he isn't.
Yeah, first.
Yeah. We do have Steph coming back, so that's your extra backup DM. And he's doing very, very well in Spain.
Well, first. A big up to Honesty again for the super chats. Appreciated, man. Big love for all the super chats, Honesty. I do appreciate that, honestly. No pun intended. Knicks or Timberwolves and Golden State got smoked. They got washed, belt to ass type of whooping. Yeah, the Warriors without Steph are ice.
Yeah, no Steph, no win. Yeah.
No chance.
They're an absolute ice. It was good though to see Kuminga out there. That's what I will say. I'm glad that Kuminga actually got time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why it was good to see him out there getting points, and it's like, oh, the man can still play despite what else went on. So yeah, and Knicks or Timberwolves. So good question. Timberwolves, I think they actually do it all, you know.
I don't think Timberwolves beats OKC.
Who you got winning it overall? So who have you got in the Knicks Pacers series?
That could be a tough series. That could go either way.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. That's gonna be extremely well fought, and it's a tough matchup for both. I think they both go at least minimum 6.
I think Pacers edged them out. The Knicks.
OKC wins it all, then.
I think OKC wins it all. To be honest, their firepower is scary, and they score points, but they also defend.
Yeah, I think they're 1 and 2 in the playoffs. I think is it OKC and the T-Wolves. I think I don't know who's where, but I think they're 1 and 2 in the playoffs in regards to defense.
Yeah. It's gonna be very, very interesting. And Shea got the MVP, and then hand out Rolexes to all his teammates.
Love that.
Rate the Canadian, man.
Look at I go. I think that lack of scoring will cost them. But people don't worry, man. We're going to get back to the football. And currently, right now, them not Sheik and Steve are on the playback hosting game 2 of the Minnesota Timberwolves Oklahoma City Thunder series. I'll be on there afterwards, probably at some point. But yeah, I know it's in the second quarter, I think. But yeah, going down on the playback people. www.playback.tv/SarcasmCityTV. But yeah, big up Honesty, man, for the super chat. I appreciate it. And yes, Mohammed, they did, man. Any else did? They can't stand him. Really can't stand him.
It's halftime.
It's a halftime. Yeah.
OKC up by 8.
Okay. They won the first one, right? If I remember correctly.
They did.
They won game 1. That's going to be... Yeah. They can't afford to go 2 down to T-Wolves. We'll see what's what. But I think both series go at least 6. They do. But yeah, Mohammed, I hear you, man. When you say any of us buried this club, they did. Their poor decision-making contributed to the mess that you see going on, and everyone's responsible. It's not one
player. You guys would have been better off keeping the Glazers full-time.
It's screwed either way, to be honest. They might have been better than this, but it still would have just been, we're way off it.
Yeah.
We're not 16th, we're 8th. We're 9th. We're 10th.
We're 15th. We're 15th.
We have 5 teams up. To answer your question, WKD says, do you think it's possible to move Mount this offseason? I think it's possible that everyone moves. I think anyone moves. Sorry, I should say, let me clarify that. Yeah, it's possible that anybody moves. Take out the new signings. I think anybody could move, including him.
Yeah.
That defeat was not only was a bad defeat and a horrendous season, now everyone's looking for not people to blame, but people are looking for people to be accountable. That's what it is. People want people to be accountable. So now people all of a sudden want to talk about like Mount's been this way. It's nothing new. That Mount performance against Spurs is nothing new. He did that. He's done that when he's played for Manchester United. He did it when he played for Chelsea. He's a notorious non-goal scorer. He don't get goals. He don't get assists. He's not really a foul.
And yet you paid 60 million. Yeah. You paid 60 million for
him. He was he's been the only signing we've ever made where I was like player out before we signed him. Everyone else had given a chance to. But he was one. Again, it's documented people. I said, why are we getting Mount? I've watched him at Chelsea. Doesn't give you too much, just cardio.
Some Liverpool fans was asking for Mount in Liverpool, and I'm like, nah, stay far away.
Because he's a top player, that's why. Because people were talking about the running up and down.
He would have worked for Klopp.
He would have worked for Klopp.
He would have worked for Klopp. Conor Gallagher would have worked for Klopp. Jadon Sancho would have worked for Klopp, in my opinion.
That's an interesting one. Why Jadon Sancho?
I just think so.
That's an interesting one.
I think he is one of them. Come talk to me, pat on the back, that extra hug and all that attention. I think he needs that. I could be wrong, but that's my view. I think he needs that reaffirmation. Keep going, man. Don't worry about it. Whatever. And Klopp is that sort of manager. And I think he's lost out on it on both spots. If you look at Dortmund, to me, he was comfortable and there was more of that type of performance, right? Now he's come back. He looks, he had 1 or 2 sort of half decent games, but you're looking at the player and saying, I don't recognize the man I used to see in gold and black. That's not the same man.
Agreed. He should have just stayed at Dortmund, to be honest.
We just got to make better moves. Again, that's what it is. And I don't think the Premier League, I don't think that he is a very particular player with his skill set, but I just don't think the Premier League suits him. Players like him
directly. I agree. No, I agree.
I agree with you. I don't think he suits.
You got to fit around him. You got to fit the players around him to make him almost like him the system if you want.
Yeah.
But I agree. I don't think it's his best place for him.
Yeah. You either have to, when you're that profile, you either have to be an exceptional player or, like you said, be not an exceptional player. The players around you have to be exceptional and you're an exceptional team, or you get instruction to do what you want. Because Foden's a similar profile to him. That's why Foden looks the way he looks. Grealish is. But Grealish worked at Villa, you know why? Because he could do what he wants.
Yep.
Free roam. That's what Dean Smith told him.
The old number 10s to me. Do whatever you want. Just pick it up and drop into his pockets. And,
that's what it is. He said, if you want to go to the left, go to the left. If you want to go to the right, go to the right. If you want to stay central, if you want to drop in, if you want to like that's good, but you ain't getting that with City. I mean, you ain't getting that with City. Pep ain't allowing you to do that. That's why he struggles.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you're right. You're right.
But you lot see it across the bottom of the screen. It's probably less than that, but 83 subscribers away from 15K people. So hit the subscribe button on the channel notification bell. I'm not even double checked it, but we were at 83 away at the start of the stream. So hopefully it's less than 80 now. Road. And make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Link is in the title, people. Click the link, opens up a new tab, and you can subscribe to the man them over there. Make sure you do that, people. Make sure you do so. Bands them know what you lot got coming up tomorrow, rest of the weekend, etc., etc.
Well, Sunday we got our watch along and then celebration, and then be back here Sunday night.
Yes,
and then next week Friday is the call-in show. It's our Friday night line after the trophy win. We'll probably throw some clips up in the Friday night line with the parade. We're waiting on some clips to send to us. And we can have a blast. And we will start talking transfers because transfer window opens June 1st.
June 1st.
So that's going to be a short window until the 15th, and then they'll close again and open back up, if I'm not mistaken, July 1st. it's only like a 15-day window for teams to bring in players for the Club World Cup. And I hope Liverpool stays strong on their morals and Trent go see out his contract to the end of the month. You can wait 4 years for Club World Cup.
Serious, man? Probably play Spurs there. Pops, anything you want to add before we close out?
I'm on a good, man. Rest in peace, PSFC.
Yeah, PSFC really died, Joe.
That's it, boy. You know what was missing right now? You want the remember the coffee and doing the dance?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
had
yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but at least with that dying, you know what happens? These scammers can go too. You can get rid of these, man. Yo, I'm tired.
It's time to get rid of the scammers, flawless boy. You scam your way to the finals, but you can't get a win.
I should have had you on.
We'll
the
be back
table.
Sunday, people. We will be back Sunday.
Yeah,
we'll be here Sunday, people, 100%.
To revel in the moment.
I should have had you on the take of music playing right now. Dong.
Oh, crazy work. Crazy work, yo. All right, let me see who's live anyway. Oh shit!
I think Alam was on.
I'm live. Yeah, I'll send you lot. Yeah, we's on for the game, so I'll send you lot over to Alam. Warrior J, what's your question? I'll answer it before I close out. And people get over to the playback as well, man. www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv. That's www.playback.tv/sarcasmcitytv, or just download the playback app from your app store. Sheik Steve are live over there doing the Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder game 2. That watch along is going on over there. So if you're an NBA fan, head over there. If you have an NBA League Pass, you can use that to sync up and watch it for absolutely free. I'm also giving out VIP passes for certain games as well. So go follow the playback, road to 1,500 followers. Absolutely free, people. You download the app for absolutely free. You sign up for absolutely free. And like I said, the same way you watch and comment on YouTube, it's the exact same over there on the playback. Premier League, Champions League watch-alongs over there as well, gaming content plus more. I know you're doing Villa watch-along, but GTA, so no score. But now we'll still be on the screen, so the scoreboard and everything will be on there. But it's just that everyone will be on there because we're going to be following the top 5 story because Chelsea are playing Forest, Villa are playing us, City are playing Fulham away, even though they probably going to get there as well. So we got to conclude that. So I'll be on and it will be on the scoreboard and the game will be on. I just be barely paying it any attention. That's why you lot ain't got some match reactions because it's like there ain't nothing to react to. I've just not been watching the game. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. You don't even have to timestamp it, Warrior J. It's cool. I appreciate it. You don't even have to do it. It's calm. Don't even waste your time. I'm telling you, our fans going to turn up to watch Villa versus United at the weekend. Yeah. I think it.
Full.
Yeah, I think it shouldn't be. I wish it was empty. I wish it was like COVID, but people will show up. Just vote with your feet. Vote with your feet. But yeah, we're going to redirect.
That's the other one. That's the other one.
Yeah, Newcastle, play
Newcastle,
Everton.
That's the other big one.
Yeah. All right, no, Jay, that's all good. But run up the likes again, hit the subscribe button on the channel, road to 83 subscribers. And of course, don't forget this show, all the other shows on the YouTube channel. What the fan calling show, gaming content are all available on all audio platforms as well. Head over to the playback. I'll be over there very, very shortly at some point, people. So big up. Make sure you subscribe to Beijing Reds TV. What is it tomorrow? Friday. Wait. Is it Friday? Yes, I need to talk to the Spurs lot people. But yeah, Friday, United Spurs show. So I need to get the Spurs lot on, see what they've got to say. I'm sure they have ample to say. De Niro, Jacob, Jez. Some of the Spurs fans will pop up out of the friggin' woodwork. Big on my guy Charlie. He might drop in. So that'll be maybe earlier. Depends on what time I get back, people. But I'm getting back to Manchester earlier than I expected. So I'll try and push that show forward. No United Chelsea show because there ain't nothing to discuss in regards to those two football clubs. And then Saturday, check out the schedules on it. I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Been the United Show, people. Barbados edition live with Beijing Reds TV on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.